Hey all and welcome back for another round of HellfireComms Patreon TV comms. Very excited today because Volk and I actually get to check out an anime we're very up to date with, at least in terms of the anime. This is episodes 1 to 3 of Boku no Hero Academia, otherwise known as My Hero Academia. It's essentially the same fucking thing, but yeah, this is it's a shonen. Let's see, My Hero Academia. I'm just going off the wiki just to give you a proper explanation of what it is. It's a superhero manga written and illustrated by Kohei Horikoshi, serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump since July 2014, and 20 volumes have been collected in tankobon format. The story follows Izuku Midoriya, a boy born without superpowers, called quirks, in a world where they have become the norm, but dreams of becoming a hero himself. And he is scouted by the world's greatest hero, All Might, and to say any more would be a spoiler, so why don't we just get right on into it, Vo?
Yeah, let's. I'm looking forward to watching this again.
Alright guys, obviously we can't provide the media for you, so once you have found the episodes, you can check the video description for proper syncing instructions. We have them for like each episode, like the metadata, resolution, video length and so on, so you can find them properly. And we'll count you down to the first episode, and when we ask you to close that down, and load up the next one, and we'll basically do that for the latter two episodes, but in the meantime, let's do it. My Hero Academia, Episode 1, in 3, 2, 1. Oh man. You know, at the time of us recording this, the movie Two Heroes has not long since come out.
Yep, it's made its way through more widespread release since. Obviously it's been out for a little while, I believe, but obviously it's more widely available, more people would have obviously have watched it at this point. So it's all very, very nice. I mean, it gives us something at least to whet the appetite whilst we wait the 7 to 8 months for Season 4 to start.
I'm saying good things in the manga for this. I'm not going to give any spoilers, obviously, but I think we have a lot to look forward to.
I haven't spoiled myself much in terms of the manga, because this is one of those shows that I just want to keep track of as it gets animated, just because I'm enjoying it so damn much.
Yeah.
But I was curious about two specific characters' quirks that hadn't been revealed by the end of Season 3, and they were the part of, quote-unquote, the Big Three, but that's a long ways away yet.
This series has great music, first and foremost. The animation's pretty nice. I think it's the music where it shines the most.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a reason why you say run in basically everything.
There he is, that's our pro tag, Izuku Midoriya, also known as Deku.
Look at this doughy-eyed chipmunk.
People who are ugly in this world are villains. Beautiful people are heroes. That's just how it works.
I don't actually remember this opening, so...
Same, yeah. The only one I remember is, I keep my ideals.
Oh yeah, that was pretty hype.
The day has come, and so have I. Look at all these heroes.
Look at all these husbandos and waifus to choose from.
God, you're not wrong, and when you're not wrong, you're right. So, when did you first get into My Hero, mate?
Probably around the same time as you. It was one of those things I sort of saw, and I was like, hey, this actually looks really damn interesting. I wonder if Tom would actually be up for watching this. But I sort of fired the idea across to you, and he said, well, let's give it a go. And ever since then, we've been watching like 4 episodes every few weeks.
I mean, it was one of those things where it's like, why am I not watching this? Because I'm sitting on the sidelines, kind of jelly. Like, oh, look at those people having fun watching this and whatnot. But why am I hesitating? And I guess you just gave me that push I needed.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to enjoy it with someone to kind of like get in on the hype. Speaking of hype, that All Might and the Nomu fight. Oh my god, if we get to that in the comms, that's gonna be a moment right there.
Well, let me see. Are there any more episodes commissioned? I'm scrolling down here. I'm not... Oh, Boku no Hero Academia, episodes 4 to 6.
Oh, well, we know the good shit starts happening around 9, 10, 11.
A little bit of an origin story for the quirks of the world. What would your quirk be, mate?
I put maybe a little bit too much thought into this than I perhaps should. But I always decided if I were to have a quirk, I would just basically steal a lot of the tech that Noctis Lucis Kylum would have, with the whole like teleporting around and warping around dealio. I would totally have that and just batter the crap out of people by performing warp strikes and stuff.
Very nice. I would just be a flame bender.
Well, I mean, hellfire is in your blood, and it's in your life, so you cannot escape.
This poor bastard really got the short end of the stick when it came to quirks and whatnot. Alright, you're going to be giant, and also like a shark.
Yeah, some people like that sort of thing.
Oh, I'm getting, well, maybe not nostalgia chills, but remembrance chills.
Yep. I know one of my favourite Elite heroes is coming up very, very soon.
Oh lord, I can guess who that is actually.
Well, let's see if you're right.
Yeah, he's trying his hardest, bless him.
He looks like he shouldn't even be in this anime, like he's from an entirely different, like, planet and world altogether. He's like a demon from Digital Devil Saga or something.
In fictional Japan, you gotta have, like, so many more excuses for why you can't get to work.
Well, I mean, I think at this point with quirks as widespread as they are, I think they just say, alright, we understand. Ah, yes, Kamui Woods.
Is this the person you were talking about, or are they still to come?
No, this is the dude, Mr. Kamen Rider Wood. I'm not sure if this is the whole Kamen Rider aesthetic or what, but I just always found him to have, like, this really cool demeanor to him. He takes his work seriously, but just, like, his entire aesthetic really speaks out to me.
I'm not entirely sure if he is a pro right now. I think that's still to come, but he goes places. He's not a one-scene wonder, I'll tell you that much.
No, he makes multiple appearances. I like how he says illegal use of powers, just like, bitch, I'm always like this. I was just walking through town to get milk, and I accidentally tripped over a bridge and got really angry.
There are arguments to be made, like, do the villains have a point where they're like heroes are the ones who are actually evil and whatnot? Yes, there is a giant woman, don't worry, I'm paying attention.
Cue the Steven Universe song.
Take pictures, get up close! That was one of the first shots I ever saw of the anime. Please I can't, Volk, I just can't. My puns are bad, but this one's badass.
I like how he's just still in that pose as well, just like, yeah, it's a bit shitty, but you know what, I'm just gonna keep standing here and looking cool, because that's what I do.
There's been a lot of, like, things where it's like, here's how the real world works with superheroes and whatnot. Like, I'm just gonna throw something out there. There was a Disney film included in the third Disney film called Sky High, which is about a group of heroes going to a high school, learning how to use their powers and whatnot. And spoilers, that's essentially what My Hero is about.
Yeah, it's like, you sort of see this and then you kind of think to yourself, you know, what if Iron Man was right about this? Because, you know, the whole thing with Captain America's Civil War is, like, regulating heroes, making sure they register properly and everything like that. And this is sort of like a what-if scenario. Like, what if that sort of thing was, like, fully established? And, as it turns out, it actually works fairly decently.
Yeah, so we're starting where we need to go on with Deku's origin here. You have to go through regular school before you can go to superhero school first, but I imagine there's still regulations in place to make sure they don't abuse their quirks. Yeah, basically. That makes my job much easier. Oh my god!
What the hell's the dude who just literally looks like a compass? I am the pencil! My quirk is being a pencil.
Oh, this fucking guy. Here we go. Rival Bakugo Katsuki. Ugh. I have mixed opinions on him. He's entertaining at the very least.
I'm on the opinion that I don't really like him all that much, but I know from watching through all the episodes that we have seen so far that he's starting to become less of an absolute dick.
Yeah, he's defrosting, so to speak.
Yeah, he's slowly becoming more, I guess, calmer, more complacent, less angry at everything.
Which is weird because his quirk is creating explosions and whatnot.
Lord Explosion Murder.
This is bullying. Why is the teacher condoning this?
I don't think the teacher really cares, to be honest with you.
Fuck your desk! Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is basically what Bakugo is like throughout the whole of Season 1, Season 2, and for probably a good third, maybe half of Season 3. So get used to this.
He really does not want that character development. He's like, no, you won't drag me into character development.
Hey, look, it's All Might. Where? Just sneaks it in his mouth when he isn't looking.
Quirkless, Izuku is quirkless. He's quirkless, you know. The same city.
Kimari Ronzo would be able to relate. He was called Hornless his entire life.
Oh yeah, that's true. Just a big blob of shit, really. Again, like, he had never had a chance to become a hero. He had to be a villain.
Run, as fast as you can! Don't get killed by me! I'm the Soylent Green Man!
Oh, here comes Score Bunny.
Score Bunny's Mega Revolution. I personally like it as like I'm thinking like more like Johnny Bravo's dad.
Get used to him saying, because I am here. That's just how All Might get down. Let's talk about the characters a little bit here. Let's see. Anime. I need voice trivia, damn you. Give it to me.
Well, I can already start with my opinions on Midoriya, and honestly, as far as a main character is concerned, I think he's very unique. He's very much grounded, excited about everything, to a point where maybe sometimes it gets ever so slightly annoying, but you never really hold it against him. He's one of those heroes that came from having absolutely nothing to being given basically the quirk of the #1 hero. And even at that point, he had to earn it and had to grow into it, and is still to this day continuing to grow into it.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings on Deku. I do like him, but if you had to ask me, like, for my top 5 characters in My Hero, I don't think he would make it. I find him a little bit bland.
I don't know. To be honest, I did think that way at first, but the more I kind of thought about it and sort of started comparing it to other shonen anime, the more I come to appreciate Deku's character and what he is. Because, I mean, if you think about it, he had nothing. He got given something that has seemingly infinite potential, but even then is still slowly working into it, growing into it, making mistakes, learning from them, overcoming barriers, etc. Whereas if you think of someone like, let's just take Goku for instance, who always kind of had like great fighting prowess, and basically always just found like new ways to kind of overcome those barriers, but it was always something that he had. It was an integral part of his character.
Ooh.
Whereas with Midoriya, it was more of a case of he didn't have that, and he was trying this entire time to make it his own, and you're kind of there with him through that journey, and that's something you don't really get with a lot of protagonists. Usually with protagonists in a lot of anime these days, it's like, oh, they already have like some crazy cool powers, and they're just going to continue to evolve from there. Whereas with this one, it's like, yeah, I've got all these crazy potential powers, but I don't really know how to use them yet, but there's always steady development and growth that you can always see within, like, a few episodes. It's never really stagnant, let's just say that.
Very well put, mate, very well put. And obviously Deku and Bakugo go way back, and oh my god, these flashback scenes with Deku's mum are so precious.
I can't...
me waiting for Domino's to arrive, not GIF.
TVComPrep.gif.
This is cute. A bit of animation or voice acting trivia for you, Volk. Deku is played by Daiki Yamashita, and he also voices a particular character in JoJo Part 5 Gone Wind. Do you know who that is?
Would that be Giorno by any chance?
No, it's Nalancha.
Ah, interesting.
There you go. And the person who voices Bakugo, Nobuhiko Okamoto, voices Giachio, who was White Album's user.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
See, that's Deku's, like, transformation. He doesn't get, like, ridiculously buff or anything like that. He just gets significantly more doe-eyed.
Oh man, he's living the high right now, but I think reality is going to come crashing down soon enough.
Mm-hmm. And dear old mum knows it as well.
Jesus, talk about tough love, Doc.
Well, I'm sorry, he didn't collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds in time.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Now, his mum has powers, his dad had powers. At the time of us recording this, I don't think his father has appeared in the manga.
Yeah, and I don't think we know a huge deal about his mother, really, either, at least in the anime. I imagine in the manga it's probably a lot more going on, but that is literally, like, probably one of the few times we actually see her use her quirk, which is literally just to kind of pull things towards her and what have you.
Oh wow. All Might's voice actor is voiced by, let me just get this here, Kenta Miyake, who in the Japanese dub of Sonic X was Vector the Crocodile.
I'm not sure whether that's, like, absolutely fitting or just, like, the most polarizing thing ever.
Watashi wa Gita! Let's see. Initial D4 stage, he was Ishii. He's voiced a fuck ton of stuff, man. I'm just going.
Oh yeah, I believe we actually pointed out his character in a previous TV com that we did. I struggle to remember which one it was, but it was one that we did fairly recently.
Uh-huh. Huh. He was in Professor Layton and the Eternal Divas sub. Oh man, this part I knew all of this stuff going in. Like, people gif these scenes so much, but it's actually sitting down and watching them where they really hit you.
Yeah, it's like where he slowly realized, just like, yep, I'm not gonna be like him.
And he was just like a kid. He wasn't even a teenager when he found this out.
It's like being at 7 and knowing about the Santa Claus thing. It's life-shattering. Now, the weird thing at this point is that you don't realize, like, how the whole hero hierarchy works. It's not something that's really discussed very much until, like, the, like, Olympics type thing that they hold at the school, which is, like, episode, I want to say, 13, 14-ish. Do you reckon I should sort of briefly go over that? Because it will be covered eventually.
Sure, mate, go for it.
So the idea is that there are a lot of people who have quirks which are more suited for going out there, fighting the villains, you know, fighting the good fight, rumbling the robbers, posing for pictures, etc., etc. But then you got people whose quirks are less that. Like, they're more perhaps suited for maybe espionage or work behind the scenes, or you also get what we call support heroes, which are basically the people that kind of like design the uniforms, create the tech, and sort of help augment the hero's abilities that they wouldn't have access to normally.
Jesus Christ. Who put their fetish in episode 1?
When you really, really hate Mountain Dew, but your friend insists.
You gotta do it, man.
But yeah, I mean, when you think of support heroes, you don't necessarily need a quirk. You just have to have, I guess, a dab hand for the mechanical and sort of have a good idea of, like, how heroes help. And I think Midoriya, even if he didn't receive a quirk at any point, he would have still made a good support hero because he has damn near encyclopedic knowledge of just about every big name hero you can possibly think of. And maybe even a few of the minor ones as well to boot.
That's true, but a lot of the support heroes also do have quirks. They're just not quirks certain to being, like, a proper star hero and whatnot.
Oh yeah, but I feel like those sort of quirks, they help, but it isn't something that's the only reason why they are a support hero, if you know what I mean.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Love it.
We take those shits.
I fucking love All Might, just in general.
Yes, he is a American-themed Japanese superhero. Why'd you ask?
I actually really like that, because I imagine Japan is like where all the cool shit goes down, and like being this all-American badass just in Japan, just seemingly getting into fights with villains every day, he must be like living the dream.
Yeah, exactly. God, he's so fucking kawaii.
That's actually a thing. All Might has his cute moments. We should be seeing a few of them probably in the next batch of TV comms that we do. Or maybe right now.
You see, he seems uber cool, like, off the bat, but he's also a little bit of a dog, which I find really endearing.
He's like somebody's, like, really cool but embarrassing dad.
Don't worry, he doesn't actually have eyes, but for whatever reason we don't really see them in the present day.
Oh god, seeing this scene is just giving me flashbacks to, like, the Johnny Bravo overdub.
Oh god.
These doggy treats will show her that I like pet dogs. Chicks dig that. Behold, the most disgusting Mountain Dew ever devised.
Otherwise known as Mountain Dew Original.
Ain't that the truth? Or like the prototype Monster energy drink, perhaps. Sign my face!
Oh, he already did
it! I fucking love it.
Okay. See, this is why I like watching this in the sub, because I feel the English really sells All Might as a proper, like, hero and whatnot a little bit better. It just makes him more enjoyable, I guess. But I will say, quibbles about the dub aside, I really enjoy Christopher Sabat as All Might. I think he does a great job.
Oh my god, I remember when we first saw that fight scene in Season 1, and I went back and watched it dub, and just the hype washed over me all over again. He delivered that so well.
There's a little bit of, like, overlap where I'm like, is this better than the sub? And in some areas, yeah, it is.
Well, you have to remember we have come a very, very long way in terms of dubbing in general. I mean, there's multiple studios now, and whilst you do tend to see some of the same names and faces about, it doesn't seem to matter because just their delivery, the way they express the character, is just leaps and leagues above from what we used to have.
Let's see, where could I land? Oh, he's got a little bit of illness. Oh, a little bit of bleeding. See, I have to play coy because I know what happens, so.
Well, we'll see it before long, so we can delay it just a little bit.
Oh god, that was so cool, but I'm dead.
That is his quirk, to appear dead at a moment's notice.
Well, I'll be going now. I will not! I must go! Ask him the question, Deku. You must!
Damn it, Bakugo, get out of here!
In the dream dimension, begone! I have to say, I don't think My Hero is the deepest anime ever, and in some areas it is kind of shallow, but when he does emotional moments, I feel it nails it 9 times out of 10.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then again, it's a shonen anime, it's meant to be easy to digest.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they just want the cool characters doing cool shit, get the occasional bit of depth in there just to keep everyone happy, and you have a hit show on your hands. It's how One Piece has done it, and that's now on nearly episode 900.
Imagine if he turned around and said no, and then the credits rolled.
Just smiling as well. No! Like that fucking... like the fucking ticket dude from the South Park movie. We'd like 4 tickets to Terrence and Phillip, please. No!
Deku has a ways to go. You're gonna go far, kid.
It's actually quite amazing how far he does actually come. In a relatively short amount of time, might I add.
Oh, I forgot this ED. This is one of my favourites, actually.
I do admit the first ED is probably my favourite as well. The first OP, I definitely put it up there. Probably my second favourite, although I'm a little hard-pressed to say which one's my absolute favourite, you know. I might have to think about it for a bit and maybe in the next batch give a proper answer. Because I'll have to listen to them all again back to back and then kind of remind myself how the overall tune was. And, you know, it'll just make more sense to give it when I'm a little bit more re-informed.
I get you, mate. So precious, why did you take his innocence, Doctor? Fucking Eggman, he's gonna ruin everything. Brian the Sun, that's my nickname.
Brian the Sun. Blue streak, hard as fuck, Brian the Sun.
I'm usually on the lookout for like hidden symbolism and whatnot in OPs and EDs. You can thank JoJo for that. Chasing the star is a very common bit of symbolism.
Oh yeah, the running towards something gag, I think we've explained in the past, is like an anime trope for the ages. And at one point, I just want to, as a joke, just have a building come from beyond the background and just have him run flat into it.
Aww. Alright, I think we can, yep, that's the next time thing. I made sure to check if there was a stinger or not. So, how'd you feel about episode 1 of My Hero Academia, mate?
Sorry, just before this, just like, oh, I have to be careful not to get the stinger, even though I know exactly what's going to happen.
Look, alright. Load up that next fucking video and tell me what you think about the previous one.
I think it was a very good start. It gives us an introduction to the hero culture, and obviously Midoriya is set apart from everyone else by being the quirkless one, which is apparently the rarity, whereas having cool superpowers, well, cool depending on who you ask, is the norm.
Mm-hmm.
It sets the whole thing up very, very nicely, and I think you don't really see, like, the big payoff towards that build-up until the next episode, which, thankfully, we're getting into very much now.
Yeah, I think as far as first episodes go, that had a really good balance of exposition and action, but it's going to pick up from here on out. I would say these first 3 episodes are very strong in terms of, like, fully selling what an anime is about. So without further ado, let's get into episode 2, what it takes to be a hero, in 3, 2, 1. You know, I love covering new stuff, but I think it might be the stuff we've already, like, watched, and we can properly go into in depth. That's some of my favourite stuff when it comes to doing commentary.
Because we actually know what we're talking about.
Hey, got it in one. Smash hard cut to no. You will never. Come on, don't twist the knife a second time. It's already in there. The blood is coagulating.
Hey, we received that flashback at least a few times over the course of seasons 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, this isn't exactly Robotnik. This is more like Kinterbor before he had that egg incident from the old Fleetway Sonic the Comics.
The egg incident? Well, yeah, you know, thinking back, it was kind of an incident. Even, like, Grimer was like, oh, fuck this. I'm not paying attention to that egg.
Yeah, because it was like the whole thing, Chaotix came back to make sure that it all still happened, because apparently the alternative was so much worse. You know, other than the fact that Sonic was brown, which should be considered sacrilege, let's face it.
Oh.
I forgot how long, like, the recap stuff used to be in, like, the very early episodes.
Necessary, I guess, for a new series, but sometimes it can be a bit obnoxious.
Yeah, but I mean, after season 2, usually, unless it was something particularly groundbreaking happening, or like it's a little bit of a post thing just to kind of segue into like the opening, it was more of a case of they just got straight into the opening. There was no juxtaposition or recapping or anything like that. It was just straight in. Let's do this shit.
God, shouldn't have drank that Mountain Dew. It was actually a guy. It was a guy.
No. Vampire powers being revealed.
Corner Almighty.
It's like, sorry, burning alive here.
I can't answer questions right now. I'll wait for it.
Imagine if he just threw a smoke bomb and just used that as like his big escape.
Because I am not here.
A life-size like cardboard cutout.
Oh my.
I can't believe my hero's a string bean.
My Skeleton Academia.
My ghoulish appearance. Alright, so I'm gonna ask this right now, but you mentioned your top 5. Considering the characters are being flashed on the screen right now, who would you say is in your top 5 currently?
Alright, this is really hard because I can give names, but that's a spoiler. Fuck it. Ida, who's the fast one, Sue, the frog girl, Mina, the alien girl, Fire and Ice dude, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, we'll call him, and the 5th one is probably All Might himself.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, Fire and Ice Guy, I believe, is actually called Todoroki.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, so as far as my top 5 is concerned, I'd probably put Midoriya as number 5. Number 4, I would probably put as... thinking a little bit here, just because...
Mine weren't in any order, by the way. I just listed them randomly.
I have to admit, I do like Aizawa. I'd probably put Aizawa as number 4, like, just to have a teacher in there. Number 3, I would probably say is Mina. Number 2 is Tokoyami. And number 1 is Ida. I just love I love Ida's antics far too much, but Tokoyami is very damn cool. I very much enjoy his presence.
Okay. I like getting presents too, but you don't hear me bragging about it. Oh yeah, this fucking American weeb was giving it all this, and then I wound up in a bowl.
Well, it's like the song goes, you don't stick your weenie in a bottle, otherwise you won't be able to get it out.
Sorry, what? A song like that exists?
Yeah, it's like Genie in a bottle, but it's like literally, I stuck my weenie in a bottle, and now I can't get it out.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's like all about him trying to get it out and like ringing emergency services and everyone laughing at him. Damn it, I was gonna drink that.
Yeah, let's just go to the arcade. Let's try and placate our friend, who often goes off in explosive tantrums, you know?
Yeah, that's not the sort of guy you want to play Smash with. Especially if he's bad at it.
He's doing the Illuminati thing! Huh? Alright, little boy, I'm gonna turn you into a meat sleeve. You ready for this?
See, 5 minutes to get to the title card. You rarely see that in anime.
Oh, Jesus. Did you skip arm day? Body day? Soul day?
No, this is just what happens when you don't have your steroids after a while.
Oh.
No, actually, I'm gonna mention Bucky again, and I know this seems like something that happens a lot, but it's actually relevant here. Like, there's a character that comes up in the anime series that ran in the year 2000 called Jack Hanma, who is meant to be Bucky's half-brother, and he is a huge, and I mean huge, steroid abuser. So he's like ridiculously big, muscly, and like halfway through the fight, he gets beaten up to the point where like the steroids start to lose their effect, and he literally just deflates right in front of you, and it's very much like what we experience with All Might.
Oh, yeah, we'll find out later on whether or not that statement is true, but right now, yeah, poison dude, that's some real shit right there.
Yeah, it's also just like, it's not like just a scar over, like literally half his breathing organs, which, might I add, are fairly essential to living, got completely destroyed, and somehow this dude is still alive.
Well, he's, all might, not all flight. I'm sorry, that was terrible.
More like half dead, but just still hanging in there.
I cannot let them see me sad, not ever, and they can't see me be a skeleton. That's really bad, it's not even Halloween.
But yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with his character. Like, he knows he can't be thus, like, the big buff superhero all the time, but he still needs to keep that facade just to keep the faith alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, he's looked up to mahusively.
Sorry, you said a word stupidly, and then my brain went kapowie.
I have that effect on people.
Sorry, Deku. Truth is truth, mate. Strength is the only thing that matters. The weak should fear the strong.
Okay, maybe not quite that thick cut, but, you know, All Might does have a point. If you don't have the quirk, I mean, you're not really going to be able to do all that much on the front lines, other than maybe become a liability.
Or, you know, to put it another way, if you ain't got the quirk, you ain't getting work.
Very good.
And I'm also tweeting that out, that's an Entom original. So many flights of stairs, Christ.
Oh shit, I dropped the bottles whilst I was Mary popping things the fuck out of here.
I'll give you that one, because that was very hard to say. Oh no.
I lost my car keys!
It's funny how car keys and khakis sounds very similar.
There's a lot of words like that in the English language. That's probably why it's one of the hardest languages to learn.
There you go.
It's just riddled with contradictions that make no sense and make you want to slap the guy who came up with it. Yeah, I'm throwing shade at you, Shakespeare. You come at me if you think you're hard enough.
No one spoke English before Shakespeare came along.
Forsooth, verily. Tatooine shopping district. Like it.
It's okay, Birdman is here, he'll save us.
The guy who is dressed literally as a Digimon is going to save the day. Oh, and I'm going to look up what the name of that Digimon is, because I mentioned this the first time we started watching this together. Evolutions. Alright, if I just look up DNA Digi-Evolutions, it'll probably just tell me.
Yeah, get fucked. Sorry, you ain't All Might. I ain't gonna bother dealing with you.
It's kind of weird how the second time you see this dude, he's a lot more menacing this time around, whereas before he was kind of put away quite handily.
A little bit goofy in his first appearance. He has better lighting now, thanks to the fire.
Definitely.
Yeah, you go keep exploding. This is actually getting me off, so thanks.
I'm not entirely sure how he plans to use the quirk, other than just obviously holding the quirk hostage, so to speak.
That's basically... yeah, I think that's just basically his plan.
I'm not sure how the long fingers are going to help, but that's okay. Camu Woods has got you sorted.
I keep thinking of Wispy Woods from Kirby. So is he channeling water, or does the water come from within? I was never really up to date on the specifics.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they really went into it in the actual show, unless they do later on and we just completely gloss past it.
It would be really nice if, say, oh, I don't know, All Might came along right now and wasn't a skeleton.
Yeah, I can't find this DNA Digi-Evolution name anywhere, but no, it's the one with, like, Hawkmon or something else, I believe. I think it was meant to be Hawkmon and Gatomon or something like that.
Oh god, should have taken a taxi.
Like, who's this weedy guy? Thankfully, no one's actually paying attention.
Well, with good reason. This was all my fault. Damn you, me! Ow!
So yeah, at this point he's already past his limit, but of course, being the upstanding man that he is, he's gonna push for a little bit extra.
Is he still up there? Oh no, he's walking home, sadly.
Yeah, he's stewing in his own juices.
He's got a DeviantArt folder. I like it.
Huge and sexy. This man knows his priorities.
I'd like to point out that's in number 13. There's 12 other books like this.
Yeah, like I said, the dude has encyclopedic knowledge, and chronicling all that information is part of the reason why. I know what you're thinking. Don't do it. Don't you fucking dare do it.
Nope, you must do it.
It's like, everyone's thinking to themselves, don't do it, and he's just going, I'ma do it. No, don't you do it. I'ma do it. He's just like,
Midoriya, no! Midoriya, yes! Oh wait, that was probably my fault. Yeah, there we go. One of Deku's greatest strengths is his ability to analyze a situation. I know that one was very, like, simple, but you'd be surprised how often tactics helps in a battle.
I think that's what makes him such a good leader figure, where I don't suppose it'd be right to say the leadership role was kind of thrust upon him, but he seems very comfortable kind of like coming up with a strategy and then just saying, hey, this is what we should do. He's just like, I heard you talking shit about me.
The world's easiest game of Where's Wally? Oh, he can't do anything because he has no quirk, and it's his fault, Volk, all his fault.
Well, I don't think him not having a quirk was all his fault, but this situation he is somewhat to blame, yes, I will say that.
I'm absorbing this boy, and there's nothing you can do. Aren't you frustrated heroes? Don't you just hate it when you're beating yourself down emotionally and you enter the Shadow Realm?
I do. It's why I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. I've had enough Shadow Realm to last me one lifetime, thank you very much. Oh hey, Bakugo's cosplaying Tokyo Ghoul.
Right in the middle of an emotional moment. Jesus.
It's hard to get into the emotional moment where he has that goofy smile like that on top of some dude's face.
Yeah, play the tune!
That's the good shit!
This is my equivalent of, what is Kakyoin's theme from Stardust Crusaders? Virtuous Pope, I think.
Something like that. I don't actually remember the full name of the track myself.
Remember your training! Yeah, there we go! Eat back, motherfucker! Ah, it feels like it was on sale!
There's a distraction, now we just gotta dig him out.
It's just like a little frightened puppy.
You know, I actually forgot how much the first few episodes just pretty much focuses on Midoriya and All Might. We don't actually see very much of the other characters that would become later very prominent until episode 5 or 6 at the very least. It feels very close up until that point, then suddenly the entire universe expands.
Oh, my heart! The heart of a hero!
Part of me wants to think it maybe Midoriya knows exactly that's what he didn't want to hear, but at the same time it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get him riled up so he just, like, causes problems for this dude.
Do not worry, fellow heroes. Lads. Why? Because I am here!
Okay, that's not quite I am here, but we'll let it pass.
Now, I know you're not really affected by punches and whatnot, but this is going to be a really big punch.
Go on! Give it to him!
Ah!
Fucking disintegrated.
You ever punch so hard you create a vortex?
I can't say I have, no, but an attempt was made.
Oh lordy. Oh, that's going to require another 5 trips to the hospital.
It's like, that's it, after this, I'm giving myself a day off.
Yeah, just one. Oh, it's raining.
Was that Krillin in the background?
Shut up, oh god.
Well, if you ever want the answer of who blessed the rains down in Africa, it was not Toto, it was in fact All Might. By punching a vortex into the clouds.
Yay, I am good. None of these other heroes helped, yay! Nah, All Might's not like that. It will be the crowd who said that.
And we have a spoiler for Gen 8 of Pokemon as well. Every Pokemon is going to have Rain Dance, because Britain.
Hell yeah. If there isn't a T-Leaf Pokemon or a T-Set Pokemon, I will shit. The Queen.
No, that's gonna be Nida Queen's Mega Evolution, and she just turns to Queen Elizabeth II.
Nana Queen. Okay. Yeah, getting scolded by his elders and whatnot. You don't have a quirk. Like, what the fuck? And then Bakugo, like, gets praised and whatnot. Just how it is, really.
Already trying to recruit him.
Bakugo doesn't really like that. He despises Deku, and that's part of why I don't really like him early on.
Well, it's more to the point that he kind of just despises him for no reason, for something that was entirely outside of his control. It's like he just can't stand being around weak people for some reason, but obviously Midoriya rather likes him in spite of that, and he just can't stand it for some reason, and it's part of the reason why I couldn't get behind him, because he never really evolved past that point, and I'd argue even now he hasn't actually done so, like, not really. He's getting there, it's just, I think we're a long way off getting, like, the major character development that we've been waiting for, probably since, Season 2. I'd attribute Bakugo's character development to something like slow cooking a piece of meat. You just leave it in the oven for like 3 seasons of anime, and then eventually it comes out really, really tasty. And I'm hoping that ends up being the case with Bakugo, because I do want to eventually grow to like him. It's just he's making it so difficult.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, All Might's a giant ham as well.
He is maximum hambies. Because I am in serious need of medical attention.
Oh, there's a top 10 moment in the anime and the manga coming right now. I have no face, and also no quirk.
He is, in actual fact, Lanky Kong. Yeah, I ran headlong into danger for no reason.
Yeah, but I'm the adult, so I have to take the responsibility here. Yeah, he was inspired by Deku, you know?
Acting in spite of his obvious setbacks.
Don't say Ultra Instinct, don't say Ultra Instinct, don't say Ultra Instinct. Kind of like Ultra Instinct. Fuck!
You're almost there as well.
This is the bit that got me the first time. And again, I'd seen the GIFs, I just hadn't watched it in action.
Damn it, having heart attack, but heart-filled moment must endure.
Oh, here it come.
The establishing shot is so good.
Love it. Beautiful. That's what you need to say.
It's just such a well put together scene. Just everything from the build up to the actual moment itself is just all just so well done.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like you were saying, it doesn't do these deep heartfelt moments very often, but when they do, holy fuck does it knock it out the park.
By the way, I was the greatest hero in the world, bye. That's essentially how the episode ends.
Yep, and then I became the greatest hero ever. The end. Alright, that's it. That's all the Hero Academy you're getting.
Alright, gonna close that down and let's load up the final one for this batch, episode 3.
Otherwise known as Rocky... Are we on Rocky 9 or Rocky 10, technically, at this point?
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's the montage scene where he does all the training, you know?
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, the episode's called Roaring Muscles, but Volk decided to take it in a bit of an avant-garde direction. Jesus.
Well, what other reason do you keep me around? Let's face it.
Well, if you could react a little more quickly in this one, I would appreciate it, though.
Alright.
My quirk is reacting 5 seconds after the thing happens on screen!
No, that's just King Crimson's stand. It just takes away the bit of time where I didn't
I
actually react.
am not going to allow you to blame this on King Crimson. This is the 5th time this has happened.
Let's just start the goddamn episode.
Okay, yeah, let's finish this off. Boku no Hero Academia, episode 3 in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so episode 1 established the stakes. There are quirks in the world. Deku has no quirk. Episode 2 kind of had him being quirkless, showing how much of a hero he is in spite of that, and actually destroying the All Might mythos by having him show weakness and whatnot, but still willing to train Deku. And yeah, this is going to show a bit of Deku's growth.
It's a very, very good episode, I think. They do it very, very well, and it's not just a case of, oh, I'm going to give you the capacity to be the hero right now. But you're gonna have to work towards it, because this isn't just something I can just do for you. You have to put the work in. You have to show me you're committed. I still have to admit it's a little bit jarring to seeing All Might looking all awesome, yet looking like a fucking string bean.
A little bit, yeah, but I suppose that's what they were going for. Ooh, muscles? I've always wanted to get swole. Yeah, that's me first thing in the morning.
Wait, I'm awake? How the fuck did this happen? So yes, we have a slight inkling of how this is going to go down. He is going to be inheriting All Might's power, but obviously just inheriting it is not going to be enough, because
No.
All Might is very, very powerful, and I imagine if he just gave his quirk to anyone, the person would just fall apart. So this is going to be Midoriya's coming of age, so to speak, but he's going to get swole, he's going to get buff, and he's going to hopefully not tear himself apart when he finally does inherit All Might's great power. Ah yes, I am immediately taken back to the flashback of just humming along the opening themes whilst we were watching this.
Well, I mean, they're catchy, what can I say? Even the ones I like the least are still catchy.
Oh yeah, that's the really nice thing about all the openings. I don't think there's a single bad one, but I think maybe there was like one average one, and the rest were usually either good to absolutely amazing.
Really looking forward to being able to talk about Ida, one of my absolute favourite characters.
Ah, the conversations we'll have when he makes his first appearance.
We're not at the score yet, but that's the good shit. Don't worry, it's coming. I mean, we're already dealing with good shit.
I think one thing I can reveal as far as the other characters is concerned, and one thing I do quite like about this anime as a whole, is that even though like a lot of these extra characters are more like side characters as opposed to like supporting mains or whatever you want to call them, they all get their moments, I reckon. And some more than others, admittedly, but I don't think there's a single like student that doesn't at least get a good 10-15 minutes in the limelight.
I will not tell you. Ha 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 ha, fuck off.
It's like, yes, you may want to know the origin of my power, but have you considered this? Why did the chicken cross the road?
Ah, excellent. So here we go. This has very big implications down the line. It is kind of a divisive twist as well.
Obviously, we can't reveal too much right now, because it's kind of more in the lines of Season 2, Season 3 kind of material, but,
Actually, not what I was talking about, Volk. This is manga spoilers, matey.
Oh, okay, well, that is, way past my knowledge, so, kindly keep that knowledge to yourself.
If I said the number 7, would you understand?
Not really. At least nothing is immediately coming to mind. Oh yeah, this is another one of Deku's character traits, and also what you might consider to be his actual quirk, being able to summon you to the mumble dimension.
Oh, All Might's quirk. Don't get it confused with All for One, more of which much later. Oh, I love this visual.
You'll be seeing it a few times by the time we get through this entire thing, so... Love it though, so good.
Because frankly, you're a good lad, and you deserve a chance at this superhero game. And also, I've been looking for a successor, and hey, when one falls into my lap, not literally, hey.
You also remind me of a puppy I used to own.
Yeah, wow. That sounds like a line that could have come right out of My Hero Academia.
It really does.
Just imagine if it was Deku held up there and Bakugo running in, then maybe Bakugo would be the one with All for One.
He already has a quirk, so he'd just be so ridiculously overpowered it wouldn't even be funny. Like, nothing would be a challenge for him.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, he is already really damn strong to begin with. Obviously, he's been blessed with a quirk that makes him as such, but giving him one for all on top of that? Yeah, that's like... Oh my god. I couldn't even begin to describe just how overpowered that would actually be.
Alright, now we gotta train, because we can't just take on a quirk with, no preparation. There will be consequences.
For your first lesson, you must move all of my furniture that I left on the beach.
Oh my, is this part of the training, or am I just helping you move house? It can be both. Ha 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 ha.
My beach condo isn't gonna rebuild itself.
You're such a cheeky little rabbit, man. Oh yeah, the lack of respiratory things. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes, my lungs weighed exactly this amount. I'm posting this shit on my Instagram. It's like, hey, look at this jerk trying to move a fridge.
What's that about my body? What are you posting on there, Almo? Oh, I see. The fullest physical ability. I knew that. I just needed the anime to spell it out for me.
I wonder how All for One would fare against, like, the other, like, physical amplification type powers. Like, maybe I'd love to see, like, All Might take on, like, Kid Muscle, like, with full muscle power on. That would be quite hype. That's a bit like me when I do my TV comms. Here's all this research I did on the internet yesterday, and now I am an expert on the subject. It's like, how much shit do people dump on this beach, seriously?
A lot, it seems. You'd think there'd be a team of superheroes around willing to clean shit up.
Maybe they think it's beneath them.
Okay, you're showing off now. You could do this, Deku. Do you want to do this? Just crush a fridge like it was fucking nothing?
I fucking love how the sun's in the background as well, that exact moment. If you can crush this fridge, I will tell you everything that I know.
Oh boy.
That's the means of being a true hero, wanting to protect the planet that you live on.
So am I just gonna, hire a crew to come take it away? Because I don't know where you expect me to put this.
This kind of reminds me of Homer telling Scorpio about his dream to own the Denver Broncos. And let me guess, everyone laughed at you. Well, yes. Well, I think it's a great dream, damn it.
You ever see a man say goodbye to a quirk? Well, now you have.
Bye-bye!
I just realised how poignant that actually is. Fuck.
It really is. I love it.
Yeah, I've allotted you at least 30 minutes to cry. I can do this. That paper is stronger than Deku right now.
It's just like a paper cut and he's like out of commission for a week.
My hero. Oh, it's not the rap version yet, okay.
No, we don't get that until, I think, episode 4 or 5. No less awesome, though. Even the instrumental version is lit as fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to the OST after this, mate. I am in the groove. Nice. That one's going on Hero Instagram.
Who will be the world's strongest man? And what is going on with that man's hair?
This fucking Sissel, mate, from Ghost Trick.
It really is.
See? He's mumbling. He's getting it all down.
We're gonna see it. The mumble dimension. Yep, here we go!
Really? Trying to fucking learn here. Shut up!
And you said you didn't have a quirk. You've been lying to us this whole time.
The teacher is so distressed. Like, oh my god, I can't stop him.
He is too strong.
I love how Bakugo is the one who doesn't care. Please, shut. Thank you.
Hassan Chop.
Again, what is it with the bullying teachers in this school?
He just wants to look cool in front of the kids. Bakugo ain't concerned. He's got his eyes on the prize.
How do you feel about the use of the montage to show time passing, Volk? Do you think it's a cheat, an easy way out, or can it be entertaining if done right?
Depends how much they choose to leave out. I think a montage is easy enough to do well, but I think a lot of people either gloss over things too quickly, or they literally just take their sweet time and basically never get to the point.
Oh.
I say this definitely hits the middle ground, maybe a little bit on the over-the-top thing, but at the same time they make it interesting. You know, with All Might being a goof, and Midoriya sending people to the Mumble Dimension.
Yes, I will push it. Maybe we went too far that time.
Does he realise he left the keys in the car?
Fucking alright.
Gonna build me a new PC! Yeah, Midoriya, you can't be doing that whilst at school. People are gonna notice.
As long as they don't think I'm masturbating, that's fine.
It's like, oh my, I told you I'd probably better be Kazooie in this cosplay. So it's like, no, I will be the adorable bird.
All my on a segue is the funniest shit.
He is all hip, is what he is.
Well, why don't you try fucking carrying the safe? Ha ha ha, I will. I crushed it as well, my bad.
You want me to crush you like I crushed that fridge? Oh, I think he's figuring out what's going on. This is why you don't deviate from the plan!
Yep, you gotta pace yourself. I mean, I haven't exercised in years because I'm a lazy fuck, but it's all about consistency. Don't break the chain.
Exactly, and if you overdo it, then, like he said, it'll have the opposite effect. You'll just be overexerting yourself, you'll be exhausted, you'll be more incentivized to, like, stop for a day to recover, and
or skip,
doesn't
yeah.
really... Yeah, and skipping. This is why people skip leg day.
I love you so much, All Might. Please adopt me.
I like how they conveniently left out the bit where he found that All Might is basically what we see in front of us now. It's like, good thing this trench coat is form-fitting. I like how he's just flicking Midoriya around like a used towel.
Glad you said towel there, mate.
What did you think I was going to say?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you're right, I probably don't.
Ah, I'm so hyped!
No, he's just providing the dub for the sun in Rick and Morty Season 3.
Ah.
Or was it Season 2? I think it was Season 2.
Oh god, it's coming!
Oh yes, I love this scene! There is no dust, there is only sand.
I've been on the sea, pure as the sea breeze itself.
Oh my
Goodness!
Hell yeah!
I have you. Daddy, is that you? No, I'm better.
You know, you say that, but we all know what happens. He may as well be his goddamn dad. Can you just imagine if Midoriya's actual dad, like, came home one day and just saw him with All Might?
Mm-hmm. This was you before. Look at you. Hashtag little bitch. And now look at you. Hashtag Chad.
He's just thinking, like, I want to die inside.
Oh god, I can't feel my penis, All Might. That's normal, Deku.
This is a sacrifice you must make.
We don't cry. Unless it's private time. The allotted crying time.
It's like, this is way before your schedule. You're doing it wrong.
Aww.
It's like, that's it. I am appointing you to remove your tear ducts as soon as possible.
Alright, it's time for your reward. You must eat this hair. Wait, really? No, I'm just joking.
You know, I just had a really, really disturbing thought, and you could probably blame the Binding of Isaac for this, but imagine if One for All was just like a teratoma at this point.
Oh god.
Just like, yeah, eat this hair, eat this nail, eat this chipped piece of tooth.
Oh, he wasn't kidding. Let's just say hair is probably the most appetizing thing.
And let's just say you don't want to know the alternative either.
Those boots are well worn. Aren't those his, like, actual hero boots?
I think they are, or at least they're modelled after his actual, like, normal everyday shoes, I guess. The same day. Yes, he hasn't had a moment's reprieve.
Well, gotta do the entrance exam first. Right, best foot forward, Deku. This is gonna be hard, but you can do this. So he has One for All at this point, but it hasn't really quite kicked in yet.
Yeah, pretty much he did it, and he ate the hair, and he hasn't had the chance to test out anything yet, so he has no idea what he's got himself into exactly. Don't say that too loud, he will explosion murder you.
Oh yeah. He's been weirdly passive today, though.
Don't get used to that.
Oh, here we go. It's time. Pump yourself up. You will ace this exam. You can do this.
Take the first step and fall flat on your ass.
Whee!
The amount of gifs I saw of that particular scene as well.
The dub version of that is actually pretty good.
Oh yes, I do remember the dub as well.
I'm confused. Is this a girl or an actual cinnamon bun live on TV?
Why is this adorable chestnut talking to me? You know, as much as I prefer, like, Suyu and Mina, I do have a little bit of a soft spot for Ochako as well.
Didn't actually talk. Yeah, Ochako's a good lass, and she definitely has great character development. So, Ochako Uraraka is voiced by Ayane Sakura, or Sakura. Let me see if I can find... Oh, I love this dude.
Oh, yes, this man. Probably my second favourite teacher, to be honest with you.
I'm just going for, like, recent things here. Let's see, Tokyo Ghoul RE, she was in there. Land of the Lustrous as Bort. No, my son is also named Bort. Can't really see anything else, but, this dude. Present Mike. So good. Could you turn down that glow, please? We're trying to listen here.
I mean, that's probably just his quirk. He brings his own special effects. He's got the mumble dimension, he's got the ridiculously glowy shit. The guy just has it all. You don't even need an editing suite when he's around.
I wish my exams at school were this hype.
It kind of reminds me of all those times I think back to Final Fantasy VIII and how awesome it would be to actually be in Balam Garden. But then I remember, like, they're basically children who are at war, and then I think, you know what? Maybe wielding a gunblade isn't so hot after all. And now we're gonna play SimCity. I love how they use, like, pixely video game designs for some of these demonstrations. It's so good.
Yeah, it's endearing.
It's probably going to be one of the few times where President Mike is not going to be a complete goofball. Speaking of which, best character makes his appearance.
Ah, it's the studious type. It's the one who enforces the rules. It's Ida-kun.
He will bore you to death. That is his quirk.
It's Swole Joe from Digimon. Tenya Ida, voiced by Kaito Ishikawa. I'm going to see what he's been in.
He may seem hard up, but Ida's a cool guy. You can trust me on this.
He's great. Oh, he was Genos in One Punch Man.
Yes, he was.
He was a voice of Pippin in Pop Team Epic.
Ah, okay.
And he was Sail in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. Who the fuck was that?
I can't really help you there. I'm trying to think as well. It's just like, I know it should come to me, but it just isn't. I'm not the JoJo knowledge buff like you and THD are.
Oh, he was an early stand antagonist. He was a Kraftwerks stand user.
Oh, of course, that guy. Well, I mean, if he was one of the first, that's probably the reason why I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah. So the point here is Chaco and Ida have been introduced. They're going to be main characters going forward, so... Ultra!
They are the support leads in this show.
Uh-huh. Good luck suffering, motherfuckers. They have a lot of hero, like, battle centers and whatnot. That school must have great funding.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could just afford to build an entire city 7 times over and just use it for people just to go apeshit with their quirks. Imagine if All Might's quirk activated at that moment and he just completely caved his face in.
Oh my god. Jesus. That's a fanfic horror rating in the making. Alright, I'm going to close that. Actually, is there a stinger here? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I guess we can wait until the ED finishes.
No, actually, I'm tapping along on VLC, and there are actually little marks that say ending and preview, so there's no stinger.
Ah, I did not actually notice that before.
Oh, I didn't realize Beedle was in this call. Can I get something for free? No. Fuck off, see? So there we go, guys. That was the first 3 episodes of Boku no Hero Academia, aka My Hero Academia. Love how this show starts, and it still has a ways to go. Like, the train is, like, left the station, and we're picking up speed now. So, thank you, if I can find the person who commissioned these. GamerGuy287, we will be returning to, My Hero Academia soon, but you have other picks coming up, I believe, so thank you very much. If you guys want to commission your own TV comms, check the site, patreon.com/HellfireComms. You can have up to an hour and about 15's worth of stuff. That's like 3 23-minute episodes or 6 11-minute episodes of like any TV, anime, or, you know, like cartoon thing. And you can mix and match. It can be like 2 11-minute episodes and like a couple 23-minute ones. It doesn't even have to be the same show in the pledge. Like, I know one person recently did 1 episode of Gargoyles, 1 episode of House of Mouse, and something else. So, yeah, mix and match as you like. Get your money's worth and support HFC in the process. Thank you all for your support so far, and we'll see you next time for another round of HFC Patreon TV comms. Go beyond!
Plus Ultra!